bottom line is there's just so many benefits to being a medical assistant. I recommend it to any and everyone that doesn't really know what they want to do.
She like 5'2", yeah.
Welcome back to my channel. My name is Tasia. I got a lot of new subscribers because of the 2 medical assistant videos that I had posted, just like a day in my life. And I kind of wanted to elaborate on that. There had been some questions in the comments. Medical assisting is like it's not a secret society, but it's just like, it can be really intimidating to get into unless you like know people who are actually in the field. So I just wanted to make a video about how to get involved, why you should become a medical assistant. Not all of my experiences. I wanted to do like a video of like separate about what I went through as a medical assistant or becoming one, like my actual journey, but I still want to give you some insight on how to just get information about it. Feel free to leave questions in the comments. I will answer them. I would love to make a video answering all those questions. I've been a medical assistant since I was 18, so it's been about 5 years. So I do have a lot of knowledge in the area. Not all of the fields that you can work in a medical assistant, but you know, a good amount. So feel free to leave questions. I love when you guys ask questions. It gets me really excited and like want to record more videos. The reason why I hadn't been uploading videos is I was on my last semester of school to put all of my idle time towards that because I am applying to nursing school now. Thing about medical assisting, I would say is I don't know if people are going to get upset about this, but anyone could do it. Anybody could be a medical assistant. I'm not even kidding you. Like, it's very routine. It's just like, in my opinion, I think everyone should be a medical assistant. You know, it's a hospital jobs are never gonna go away. There's always a need for you. You can control your hours majority of the time and get really good pay for it. A lot of people are like, oh, like you have to be a people person to be a medical assistant. I don't really think that's true. Met a lot of people. You'll meet a bunch of different personalities in the hospital, different work ethics, all that stuff. And what it really comes down to is just being kind, period. Like, that's just like a person who's a waitress or a waiter. They're gonna be kind to you because everyone should be nice to each other. I don't really think it's just that there's that medical assisting is geared towards one personality type. I think that anybody could do it, and I hate that it's intimidating because it's really a really good job. Like, there's medical benefits behind it, job security. You can bounce around to different departments. So the first tip is that don't be intimidated. Like, anyone could be a medical assistant. I am not kidding you. Like, working in the field for 5 years, I've seen some good stuff, some bad stuff, but what it really comes down to is just be a nice person, just like you would at any other job you work at. Be a nice person, have a good work ethic. If you really want to do it, you can do it. It's nothing that should deteriorate you from even trying. What I would do, I don't know where everyone's located, but I would just go online and look up medical assisting programs. Really make sure that, you know, if you're in a financial situation, some programs will pay for you, give you financial aid. A lot of programs are actually willing to work with people if you just ask. You need to be upfront about your financial situation, your job, what you can and can't do. I would at least get about 3 programs and compare. I wouldn't just jump into the most expensive or the most accelerated or anything like that, because I have a couple of friends who took different paths to become medical assistants, and mine by far was the cheapest. It's more expensive now because it's more popular, but mine was the cheapest by far, and if it hadn't been for someone that I know, my mom, I wouldn't even have thought about it. So, do your research, really make sure that you're doing the best program for you, matches your hours, matches what you're willing to pay, matches all the criteria, especially their, I don't know what you call that. Not their reviews, but like, what is their success rate? Like, my success rate for my medical assistant program was off the roof. Like, there was a girl who the day of our graduation, she already had a job. Like, I got a job a week within we graduated, and so it was like that. I had no waiting around or nothing like that. So really do your research and critique that program that you're gonna go to, just how they would critique you if you were applying for a job. So that's the second tip. The third tip, the thing about medical assisting is people think it's like you can only work in one department, like family medicine or pediatrics, something like that. There's so many different departments that you could work in that would really be geared towards your personality. Like, I personally work in anesthesia, so I don't really answer to anyone except for one doctor, like not multiple doctors. It's just one doctor that I'm working with all day, me, him, and the patient, and that's it. Like, I'm basically my own. Like, don't get me wrong, I have a manager. If things go wrong, I answer to her, but day to day, it's really just me. It's really just me and the doctor working together, and I really love that. Like, during my internship, I was in head and neck surgery, really fast paced, but you would work with 3 doctors in one day, and it's kind of fun. But I would much rather be like one-on-one with the doctor, one-on-one with the patient. It kind of helps, help your memory and you getting into your routine. Like, I like that, because I know even if the day gets crazy, like me and the doctor are on the same sync. Like, we want to do a good job, we want to please our patients, and let's just have a good day, There's procedural departments, and then there's like clinical departments. So clinical departments meaning like you're just rooming patients, taking their weight. You may even give like vaccination, or just like rooming the patient. That's it. Like, you're not really assisting in any procedures like that. And then there's the procedural departments, like I am. There's anesthesia, dermatology. You do a lot of stuff. Head and neck that I was in, minor surgery, wound care. Like, those are really hands-on. You see a lot of stuff. You're gonna be busy. Like, there's a lot of different departments. When I first started, not at my job that I have now, but a different one, I was in nephrology. We only had 2 patients a day. It was a really sad department, but we only had like 2 patients a day, and it was just blood pressure check, and that was it. So it could be really easy depending on what department you get into. I applied to any and every department because I just wanted to start working, but being where I am now, the department that I'm in, I wouldn't want it any other way. When I go to work, I want to be busy. Like, I don't want to be sitting around twiddling my thumbs. Like, I want to be working. That makes me feel way better than not doing anything. But that's not to discredit anybody who does do that kind of stuff. It's just whatever fits what kind of work you want to do. It can be easy or it could be challenging. It's just depending on what you want to do. I would say the 4th tip sounded like in the comments a lot of people were struggling with finding a job after they complete their program. My advice to you is don't stop doing internships then. Like, that idle time where you completed your program and then you're not doing anything but job hunting, like, they don't care that you have a job like outside of the hospital world. If you're not in the hospital world, then that doesn't really count as work experience to them, unless you're taking like a receptionist job or something like that. So if you're in limbo, I would go volunteer at a hospital. I would do an internship, get involved in some type of medical area that you could say that you've been doing in the meantime. They really look at your recent activity you've been doing now. Like, they're gonna be looking at all. If you saw different departments, work, getting as much experience as you can in different departments is the best thing you could probably do for yourself. Like, I'd work in a slow department and then I'd pick up the pace and go to a different department. Like, just keep staying in the field if it's something that you want to do. I know the hiring process can be super frustrating, but you have to be on it. You have to be on it more than anybody else is, and that's how you get hired. Like, as soon as I graduated from my program, someone told me that they released that new applications at midnight. I'm up at midnight, I'm putting in all of my application stuff. My resume, I had my internships at the top, and then every other little thing that I've done since then at the bottom. Like, you want everything that's geared towards medical or hospital at the top. That's what they want to see. That's what matters first. My fifth tip: not only is it good to secure a job in the medical field, but once you get involved in like a big organization, there's so many other opportunities as well. The OR scheduler, or I could become like in management. They have this thing called a unit assistant, a medical record scanner. There's just so many jobs that don't require a degree, a college degree, or a certification in a certain field. Like, once you're in a company, it's really easy to move up. So say that, you know, you're not really sure about medical assisting, but you did it anyways, but you're looking for something else. Medical assistant is a perfect way to get into the door for that, because there's no denying, because medical assistant is just, it's a basic qualification in the field. So being with the company for so long and then wanting to do something else, they're gonna look at you already being involved in the company. Way easier to transition you into a new job rather than somebody new off the street. That's just how it is. If you're already in the organization, they're gonna take you. It's just how it works. Especially for the company that I work for. Like, oh, you've been here for 6, 7, 8 years? Sure, let's throw you into OR scheduling. You know, you have a good, you always show up to work on time, there's never been any issues, like they're gonna look at all of that stuff and be like, okay, yes, you can do this. And it is just another opportunity to further yourself in another field. Say that you didn't really want to do medical assisting, but there's plenty of other options on those job pages that you wouldn't even be considered for unless you were already in the company. Bottom line is, there's just so many benefits to being a medical assistant. I recommend it to any and everyone that doesn't really know what they want to do. Anyone could do it. It just, like the school, I would compare it to high school. You're doing something so that you can get certification for it, like, and it's not even as long as high school. So I would just, you know, do the schooling, get it done, and then, you know, get hired. You can mainly, I don't know anyone that can't control their hours with all the different organizations that my friends work at. They pretty much have control over when they want to work, and most of them are off on the weekends. Like, it's, in my opinion, it fits a lot of people's lifestyles from the ages of, I started at 18, and that fit my lifestyle. Nobody wants to work on the weekends. So it's from like 18, now I'm 23, and I want to further myself medical field, so I'm trying to get into nursing school. Reflecting back, like, the best thing I feel like I could do with my YouTube channel is tell other people, like, you should be a medical assistant if you're contemplating anything. Like, it's a perfect in-between job rather than somewhere else. Like, I used to work for a job that did not appreciate me. My mom, like, told me, you need to quit. Like, some minimum wage paying jobs are so rude to their employees for no reason, and it's ridiculous, and you don't even get paid that much. Like, medical assisting, I think the worst situation that you're probably going to deal with always is inpatients, but the actual staff who are in charge, they want you to do well, they want you to succeed. They push me to make sure that I go to school and I complete everything that I want to get done as far as nursing, or even further if I wanted to do something else. So the amount of work and the reward that you're getting from it, they pretty much match each other. You know, you're not working super hard but getting paid this much. Like, there's so many departments where it's balanced. Please, 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 if you have any questions, let me know. If there's enough questions, I'll make a whole nother video geared towards it. I'm gonna make another video in regards to like my internship, like my whole schooling process, just to give more details. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. My name is Tasia, and thank you for watching.